Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing our holiday homeschooling plans with you. I'm so excited. It's gonna be sweet and simple, which is my favorite way to celebrate the holidays with my kids. So if that is something that you are interested in, then stay tuned. So today, not only am I sharing our holiday homeschooling plans, but so are a bunch of other homeschoolers here on YouTube. Every single month, my friend Jessica from the Waldock Way and I host a monthly open collaboration called Homeschooling Show and Tell, where anybody with a YouTube channel that homeschools is welcome to join up. So if you want the info on how you can join up with us as the month goes on, the info is in the description box down below. Jessica has created a website where she just lays out all the info, which is wonderful. You guys can link up with this playlist until the end of November. So if you want to share about your homeschooling through the holidays plans, go ahead and make that video and add it to the playlist. Once you guys finish watching my video, you can go through the playlist and check out so many other families' holiday homeschooling plans. So I think that this is going to be a really fun collaboration this month. Every single month there's something different. We've got plan with me's, we've got all sorts of like sit down and chat videos, and then like show us how you do math in your homeschool and things like that. So it's different every month. It's really fun, and I enjoy everybody who links up with this playlist. I think it's just so much fun. So thank you guys for participating, for those of you who participate, and thank you Jessica for hosting this with me every month. So let's get right into it and chat homeschooling through the holidays. So last year I kind of went into my reasoning for slowing down in the holiday season. So I'm not gonna go into all of it again this year. I will link last year's video up here if you guys are interested in watching just my thoughts on just keeping it simple and slow during the holiday season. So this year is actually going to look quite similar to last year in our home. Last year, I just really wanted to slow down through the holidays. And what that did was not only did that create just a wonderful, peaceful holiday season for us in our home, but it also inspired a total change in our schedule all the time. I kind of wanted to recreate the peace of the holiday season, and I realized that I absolutely can because I homeschool. So I don't have to play by anyone else's rules. And so we have really slowed our lives down quite a bit, especially during the daytime during school. So it really just inspired me last year, and I'm so thankful for it. And so I want to continue to just keep our holiday season peaceful, just prioritizing peace and keeping it very simple and slow during our homeschooling days. So I'm actually going to tell you about what we're going to be doing in November, and then I'll go ahead and show you the plans for December as well. So in November, most of you guys know that we love 5 in a row, especially Cranberry Thanksgiving. So last year we did 5 in a Row's mini unit Balloons Over Broadway, which is all about the start of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And that was such a fun unit that's available. These mini units are available on their website for just $10. And it's before 5 in a Row, 5 in a Row, and beyond 5 in a Row. So it's really like ages 2 through 14. There's some options for all those ages in their mini units. So last year we really enjoyed this mini unit. This year, we are going to do their fry bread mini unit, which I really am impressed with that mini unit. I've been prepping it, getting it ready, and we're gonna do this for a week, and then we're gonna pop on over and do our beloved Cranberry Thanksgiving for a week. We do this with friends every year. This was one of the first 5 in a Row books we ever did. We don't necessarily need a full week for it because we have done every single project in the book more than once. But we do just enjoy baking the bread, reading the story, doing some of the projects that we do year after year. So the beginning, or the second week of November, we're doing fry bread. The third week, we are doing Cranberry Thanksgiving. So I wanted to add those in just to kind of share what we are doing in November, because I count Thanksgiving as one of the holidays when we're talking about homeschooling through the holidays. So mini units, these are available on 5 in a Row's website. This is in 5 in a Row Volume 1. 5 in a Row also recently gifted me their Bible supplement, their new edition, and it is beautiful. I've never owned this before. I actually wasn't aware of it, believe it or not. We've done 5 in a Row for literally 10 years, but I did not know about this resource. So I'm excited to pull in some of these beautiful ideas into our Cranberry Thanksgiving unit. So just a little idea of how this Bible supplement works. It gives you different passages of scripture, and then it pulls themes from the book and gives you opportunity for discussion, more activities. So they talk in this about the biblical feasts. They talk about gratefulness, forgiveness, judgment, like judging others. And then in the back here on the second page, it gives you a layout for how to, like, teacher's notes. So a space for you to document which Bible verses, any discussion points, songs, verses, or notes that you want to keep record of for your students. So this is new to me, and this is going to be a new way that we bring in Cranberry Thanksgiving in our homeschool. But I just thought that was a beautiful way to add a little bit more depth into the 5 in a row stories. And this has all volumes 1 through 4 in here. So just wanted to give 5 in a row a little shout out. Thank you for sending me this. They didn't send it to me with any like requirement to share with you guys, but I actually just think it's so beautiful, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Okay, now let's get to the real deal here. Christmas. I'm sure everybody came to the video to watch Christmas homeschooling plans specifically. So I share this every single year, but we always do Unwrapping the Greatest Gift by Ann Voskamp. I have a video on my channel. It was recorded years ago, but I always get asked for a flip through, so I will link that up here. We created our own ornaments to go along with this. We put a Jessie tree, just a thin Christmas tree, in our homeschool room. It is just for our Jessie tree ornaments, and we go through this beautiful book every single year in the evenings as a family. So although this isn't a part of our homeschool time, I wanted to share this resource with you guys because it would be a great, say you don't have time in the evenings as a family to carve out more time to do something else, or you're wanting just to do something with your kids during the day. I think that this is a beautiful resource. It is one of my all-time favorites, and if my husband didn't love it so much, I would probably just do it during the day with my kids, but because he loves it and it's become a part of our family culture, our family Christmas culture, we do it in the evenings together. But it's beautiful, it is so rich, and it keeps kids' interest. So like I said, I have a flip through of it and really just how we do it on my channel. I will link that up there for you guys. So that is what we do in the evening as family devotions. And then in the morning, well, before I share more resources, the only project, school project that we do in December outside of all these beautiful things that I'm showing you is our Christmas Around the World Geography Fair. So we have been a part of a homeschooling group for years that has done a Christmas Around the World. Everybody picks a country, makes a display board, gives a little presentation on how that country celebrates Christmas or Epiphany or Three Kings Day, or just any winter holidays that that country celebrates if they don't celebrate the traditional Christian holidays. And then they make a dish from that country. So this is the first year, now that all of our kids, we started that homeschooling group when our kids were in preschool. Now that all of our oldest kids are in middle school, we've all kind of split directions, and we've pretty much decided to no longer meet for formal events, but maybe just meet as moms to continue to encourage one another. So we have families who have gone off into CC Challenge, some who are heading off toward like a dual enrollment path, and so they're in a more formal co-op. And then a few of us have started the Charlotte Mason co-op that I've told you guys about. So we decided within our Charlotte Mason co-op to recreate the Christmas Around the World Geography Fair and just kind of make it our own, just do it our own way, which is gonna be very similar to the way we did it with our former group, which is just to do the board, make a little dish, do a little presentation. Some of the families are bringing in music pieces from those countries, things like that. So everyone's just making it their own. So my kids have done, let's see, Annie's chosen Denmark. Eli chose Puerto Rico because my sister-in-law, so all my nieces and nephews are Puerto Rican, so I think he wants to get some info from them. And then Jesse chose, what did he choose? Jesse chose, it wasn't, oh, Norway. And Isabella's doing India. Bella always kind of goes rogue. She doesn't do the typical, like, everyone chooses like a European country or like, you know, just pretty, just common, you know, well-known countries. Bella's always done like Egypt. She did Egypt, she did Russia, she did, and now she's doing India. think she's done Jamaica. I just kind of like, she always goes a little rogue, and I'm like, I don't know how to find these resources for you. So she's doing India this year. So that project is what I give them space for in the afternoons in our homeschool. And by the way, just to get this out there, we pretty much cut all of our typical subjects because we're year-round homeschoolers. We typically only take a month off in the summer, and that is to leave space for us to basically take December off of our academic work, save for math. We still continue math. So all of our December homeschool is just Christmassy stuff. So I give them space in the afternoons to work on their Christmas Around the World geography projects. So that is fun. They love checking out books, watching documentaries, doing research projects, creating their boards, writing their little papers, testing their recipes. It becomes a very festive and fun part of our homeschool. And even if we didn't have a group to do it with, I would likely still do it just with my kids and even invite the grandparents or neighbors over just to enjoy a little Christmas Around the World. So that has become a well-loved tradition in our homeschool. So those are the projects they're working on all through the month. What we kind of replace our morning basket time with are just some beautiful stories. I do create like a little Christmas morning basket. I'll put some activity books for the kids to color. Sometimes we'll bring in some Christmas hymns and things like that. I'm not exactly sure what's going to go in our holiday morning basket this year, but because I haven't put it together yet because I'm filming this the first week of November, but there will be things like little selected readings and hymns and little history notes and things like that in that basket. Some Christmas art. There's an Advent art devotions that I really enjoy. I'll link that down below too if you guys are interested. But we start our morning basket, and this will be our third year starting it off with reading All Creation Waits, which is it's called the Advent Mystery of New Beginnings. It's a nature themed Advent study where every morning you learn about how a different animal prepares for hibernation, prepares for winter. And the whole purpose of that book, so every day you read about a different animal, and I have it on Audible, by the way. You don't have to buy the book. It's very inexpensive on Audible, but I bought the book so the kids can look at the illustrations. Every day you hear about how a different animal prepares for hibernation, and the whole purpose is that the light, basically like the light is coming after the darkness. So just kind of like hoping for our Savior. And on the 25th, instead of an animal, it talks about the birth of Christ. Well, you guys told me about this last year by Jennifer Pepito. I absolutely love her. Everything the Peaceful Press has. I wish I had time to fit more into my homeschool, but I can't do everything. However, I'm excited to use her Unearthing Wonder and Advent Companion to All Creation Waits this year. It's very simple. I'm not going to do it all in depth, but this is something that we're going to try out this year. So it goes through each of the 25 lessons. So painted turtle, muskrat, black bear, chickadee, white-tailed deer, honeybee, chipmunk, cottontail, common loon, wood frog, raccoon, little brown bat, opossum, wild turkey, common garter snake, woodchuck, striped skunk, porcupine, common eastern firefly, meadow vole, eastern fox, squirrel, red fox, northern cardinal, lake trout, and then Jesus. And so for every day, the only complaint I have about All Creation Waits is that I wish it went a little bit more in depth spiritually. So it's very naturey, and then the 25th is very spiritual. And so what I love about this is she has added, well, first of all, there's a supply list in the beginning, just a little information for parents to prepare, but she has added a Bible verse that corresponds with each day of reading, and then a beautiful commentary, an absolutely beautiful commentary. I've read through it all. And then a very simple activity. And so how we're going to be using it is we're going to listen to the story. I'm going to allow the kids in the back. There are, what's down here? Ornaments. So I'm going to print a set of these ornaments for each kid, and I'm just going to have them keep them all in a notebook. I'm not actually going to hang them up anywhere, but they can color the ornament while they listen. And then I'm going to read the verse and the commentary afterward, and then most often, but not every day, we will try to do the activity. But the activities are so simple, which I love anything that's not too complicated. that we can just add as some beauty on top of what we're already doing and not have to shape our whole lives around a curriculum. So an example of some of the activities, let's see here. So day 3 talks about the black bear, and then she adds in a Christmas Bible verse, and then instead of making, let's see, just as the bear secluded herself in order to grow healthy offspring, Elizabeth, who had waited so long, entered a period of seclusion to nurture her child. It talks about when she was finally blessed with a baby, she knew exactly who to thank and praise for his goodness toward her. And then instead of making the activity is instead of making a gift wish list, write a thankful list. And then you paint or color the bear or make a black bear from clay and hang it on the tree. So very simple. It says in here specifically, it shouldn't take more than 30 minutes to do all of it each day. There is the chickadee, talks about how a chickadee relies on stores of food. So as believers, we're nourished by the word of God. We must continue storing up his nourishment and live by his word. And so it talks about, the activity is playing Bible verse memory. Like, it's so beautiful and so simple. So I'm so thankful that you guys recommended this to me last year. I was so excited to go back through this year and preparing for Christmas and read through some of the comments and suggestions from last year. It also comes with some recipes, and the recipes are for once a week when you light the Advent candle. It says to have cookies and cocoa, and so there's 4 different cookie recipes and a cocoa recipe. It has all the resources in here, so like even Christmas memory is in here, and just some game cards and things like that are in here. And then there's the ornaments I already showed you guys. They have these Be It Unto Me cards, so a bunch of those. And then also these Advent verse cards, which I think we will hang up somewhere in our homeschooling room instead of hanging the pictures of the animals. So I'm so excited to do that. So that is the first thing we are going to consistently stick to for Christmas school this year, is we are going to do that in the mornings before morning basket, in lieu of morning basket. We usually do a Bible study and theology time in the morning and then head into morning basket. So this is gonna take that space. We kind of follow our same rhythm in December, but we just make it Christmas. So nothing is the same, but it's very similar. And then the thing I love so much, I'm so excited, it's Christmas time again. Last year we started Slow and Sacred Advent by Jennifer Naraki. And last year I gave myself permission to kind of do it in halves. I knew this was gonna be a 2-year commitment for us. If you haven't picked up by now, I always tweak things to work for our family. We rarely follow anything full out the way that it's planned to be, just because we're a little all over the place with commitments in the afternoons. And so in order to enjoy something, I like to make it as low pressure as possible. And so last year we did 1 handcraft and a recipe from each week, just 1. And there are 2 every week. So I knew that this year we would go ahead and do the other one. So Slow and Sacred Advent is a beautiful resource. If you were to do it full out, I'm gonna actually go through it and read you exactly what all it entails. Okay, if you were to do it full out, every week would include symbols. So there is like Jesus the seed, Jesus the scepter, things like that. There's responsive reading, which we do that on Sundays. It's beautiful. So as a family, we use the responsive reading and light our Advent candle on our wreath every Sunday. And then there's the verses, Christmas carols and hymns. There are 2 inward reflections and 2 outward actions every week. There's handcrafts. There's at least 2 handcrafts each week that go hand in hand with the outward action. So it's acting upon what was learned and creating something to remind us of it. Recipes that go along with the lessons, and they're beautiful. And they're not common recipes that you're just gonna find online. So they're kind of special to this curriculum. Catechism, copy work, art, prayers, and then it gives you a list of supplies. It is a beautiful, rich curriculum. Absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, we kind of pick through it and we choose what works best for our family. So we will do the responsive readings on Sunday, light the Advent candle, and sing the hymns. That is how our family personally celebrates the 4 Sundays of Advent. And then during the week, Last year I had my kids do the copy work. I don't know if I'm gonna do that this year. It actually comes with, I don't have my kids' notebooks over here this year, but it comes with print and cursive copy work. So there's that. But like I said, it has 2 inward reflections, and which are just thoughts and conversations to have, and then 2 outward actions. So for example, the first week, an outward action is when we plant seeds, we expect and hope for them to grow, and then it goes through some scripture and things. It's all talking about the hope of Christmas. And so the first thing you do that week is you plant seeds. The second thing you do that week, it talks about when we plant seeds, we tend to them, we bear fruit, goes through the fruit of the Spirit. And then that handcraft is doing a dried fruit garland. So last year we put a lot of effort into the seed. This year we'll reflect on that, we'll still read through it, but this year we're gonna do the second handcraft, which is the dried fruit garland. And then same thing the following week. It talks about beeswax candles. Sometimes we can feel anxious or scared when it's dark, so it's beeswax candles. The second outward action is carrying sin as a burden. A burden is heavy, difficult load. And so it goes, again, it's like a couple paragraphs. I'm just doing this quickly. So the Lord's people through Jesus overcame the darkness of sin. And so Jesus has come to carry your sin and free you from your burden. And so you make a branch star handcraft, which reminds us of the peace we can enjoy overcoming our darkness of sin through Jesus. And so you can either make candles or a branch star that week. So those are it's just so beautiful. We loved the recipes. It was just difficult for us to do 2 handcrafts each week. Also our geography projects and things like that. Plus I also like to just do Christmas puzzles and any other like fun projects or opportunities that come our way. I like to hold space for that. So I knew it was gonna be a 2-year commitment. Last year we did 1 handcraft each week and the recipe. This week we'll do the other handcraft each week and the recipe, plus on Sundays read through the responsive reading and light our candles. So we don't do this full out, but it could be a full holiday curriculum for a family if you wanted to follow the entire thing with the art, with the copy work, the hymns, the catechism, all of that. So that is how we are going to do Slow and Sacred Advent this year. So other than that, I am considering, because you guys know I love Cranberry Thanksgiving. I saw that 5 in a Row is doing a mini unit on Cranberry Christmas, and we do own Cranberry Christmas. We do read it every year. We happen to just be very connected to these stories. So I might purchase that and sprinkle it in for fun throughout the season, but we'll just see. It sounds like a lot what I just explained, but really it's 30 minutes in the morning and then a craft and recipe once a week plus their geography project. So I probably will have time to sprinkle in Cranberry Christmas, but I don't want to do that for sure until I know that like we're at least a week into our Christmas season and I can see how things feel, because I don't want to feel pressure. I just want to really enjoy my kids. So those are our those are our holiday homeschool plans. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what some of your homeschooling plans are for this holiday season down in the comments down below. It is all too tempting. There are so many great options out there. I have chosen to keep the blinders on this year and just stick to what I know. Although our little co-op was sending texts about like, what are you guys doing? And everyone was sending these beautiful resources and I'm like, I can't look this year because I want to finish what we've started this year, and then next year we'll probably do something different. So I just wanted to kind of finish up the couple year plan that I had started a couple of years ago. So next year might look a lot different. So leave me some of your favorite Christmas and Advent resources in the comments down below. I would love to see those and make some plans for next year. And if you guys have a video that you want to add to the playlist, the link is in the description box down below. If you guys want to see other people's homeschooling through the holiday plans, make sure you follow along with that playlist. Thank you so much, Jessica, for hosting this collab with me every single month. I really enjoy it so much. I always find new channels to watch and learn from. So thank you guys for participating, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.